Hey, welcome to the third floor of the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office. I'm Bob Fletcher. I have the pleasure of serving as your sheriff. I wanted to introduce you to everybody in the administrative team up here. Some of them you've met, some of you haven't. But we are going to start a weekly program where you get to know more people in the sheriff's office. And we're going to start really with the third floor. And most of you have been in my office here, on previous stuff. Got a lot of trinkets, a lot of memories. At some point, I do want to kind of go over some of the memories that I have, but I want to thank, just a special shout out and thank you to the people that sent me some extra Twinkies while I was out of town last weekend for New Year's. So, Joe and Karen, thank you. Thank you for those extra Twinkies. We'll put that right here. That box might be empty before you know it. So a lot of memories here in my office, and but it's all about the people that you work with. I'm not even sure if we're transmitting properly. Moody, can you get a signal from Linders?
He's good. Steve?
But, take a look. Jeff Ramacher is a camera person right now. Just a lot of memories on the wall there. And of course, those are work memories and a lot of family memories over here in the last 20-some years. We're good. So thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it. We're going to go here. This is our chief deputy at the end of the hall here. Is our chief deputy, Dave Metusalem. And I always say he's the second smartest guy we got around here, but that's a pretty good compliment, right, Dave?
Sure is.
Dave, so yeah, in fact, Moody, hand me that microphone, will you? And we're just going as Dave. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and.
Well, hey everybody, welcome to the third floor of the Sheriff's Office, our administrative area. I'm Dave Metusalem. Had the good fortune to be hired with Ramsey County back in 1988. So kind of dating myself there, and then I've had the pleasure to work with Sheriff Fletcher since 1995.
There we go. That was good.
We've had a great run, a great partnership working together, and serving this community is the biggest honor of my life. So nice to see everybody, and Happy New Year, and stay safe.
Dave, you were also the executive of Minnesota Police and Peace Officers Association for a while, right?
I was for about 2 years. I was the executive director of the Minnesota Police and Peace Officers Association, which serves almost all 11,500 police officers in Minnesota are a member of that organization. So we're happy to serve them both legislatively and on their legal defense fund and on a variety of other issues.
Thanks for everything you're doing, Davey. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's Dave Metusalem. Right next door here is Kyle Mestad. You've heard me talk about Kyle, smartest man. He's always working. Kyle's in there, working away. He's waving.
Hey guys.
He's on a Zoom call.
Let me step up real
No, you're good. Thank you. Thank you. And Jim Moody here. Jim Moody, my assistant. Nicest man in the sheriff's office. Here, Jim, take that microphone.
Uh-oh.
Nicest man in the sheriff's office.
Hello, everybody.
His office is right here. You see that little guy strewn there. But Jim.
I have the messiest office in the place.
No, but that's people that have creative brains have messy offices. Have you heard that?
Well, I might be the most creative guy here.
There you go, the most creative guy here. So Jim Moody, when you call here, you're looking for me. That's who you're going to get, and just a great guy. Anything you want to say? Where are you from, Jim?
I was born in New York. Moved out here when I was 1972. Moved to Stillwater, and I've been here ever since.
And I always try to recruit people that are kind and nice, and so. The truth of the story is that Jim used to work in the Traffic Violations Bureau. And whenever I would go down there to pay my kids' parking tickets, or my own,
He was your own.
I was running into Jim Moody, and he was always the kindest person working in the Traffic Violations Bureau. Yeah. And I finally said, Jim, we got to get you working at the sheriff's office. So he came over. What year was that?
99. I started working here.
99. So he's done it all. He's been a dispatcher.
That's where they put me.
Yeah.
Day one, dispatch.
And so thanks for everything, Jim. Thanks for being. So don't be afraid to reach out and email Jim Moody. Jim.Moody. Is it James or Jim?
Jim.
Jim.Moody. If you need to reach me, he's He's a classic act. So thanks very much. Also, he's great at garage sailing, estate sales. Nobody can find something better than Jim Moody, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
All right. And Jeff Ramacher over here. Jeff is the undersheriff in charge of the patrol division. His office is out on 96 and Hamlin. So Jeff, tell us a little about yourself.
So good morning, backseaters. Jeff Ramacher. I've been with the Sheriff's Office since 1997. 28 years, 28th season now. Have the privilege of being the undersheriff of our patrol division out in the contract cities. So I'm in essence the police chief of our current 7 contracted cities out there, soon to be 6 in March when Falcon Heights moves over to the St. Anthony Police Department. But I'm a hometown boy, grew up in northern Ramsey County, come from a law enforcement family.
Your dad was the chief in
He was. So I kind of have my dad's old job, just in a little different area of the county. So my dad served in Mounds View from 71 to 99. So our careers got to overlap.
Your brother still works for State Patrol?
My brother's a state trooper.
Yeah.
And so that whole law enforcement family, following your dad's footsteps kind of thing happened to us. But I'm thrilled to work in this agency. I love this area. We do some great things in the sheriff's office, and I'm proud to serve.
Yeah, thanks so much for everything. Good to see you. I know you got some work to do. Thank you very much, Jeff. We're going to walk down the hall here. Steve Linders. Steve Linders, our public information officer extraordinaire. There's your microphone there, big guy.
Oh, thank you, Sheriff.
We're so honored to have him. Steve Linders is the most experienced PIO probably in, 5-state area anyhow, right?
At least.
Maybe for that. Anything you want us to say to the...
I just want to say hi to all the backseaters. Nice to see you, Sheriff. If I had known you were coming in, I would have dressed up a little bit.
Well, I like to surprise people. It gets people more the natural look, you know?
Yeah.
You know, he just got his hair done. He looks fabulous, right?
Yeah, I go to Hilda's Hair Hut in South Minneapolis.
Okay.
Highly recommend it.
Does your wife know you're on right now?
I doubt it. I should have gave her
You should
I didn't know I was going to be on right now.
Well, I think you had a 3-minute warning.
Yeah, I did have a 3-minute warning.
So, tell us about your background. You worked for St. Paul for many years.
Yeah, I'm just an old wannabe journalist who couldn't measure up, so I went into public relations. I spent about 8-9 years with the St. Paul Police Department, and then sheriff called and said, "Hey, come on over here."
You were
So
with the state for a while, too.
I did. I went to the Department of Public Safety as their communications director, just a little bit, but glad to be here. It's a lot of fun here.
Yeah, you've seen it all.
Yeah.
You've seen it all
Yeah.
in your lifetime.
Yeah.
Well, say hello to your wife, Nikki. Her picture's up on the wall here.
Isn't she beautiful?
Yeah, she is.
Oh, show my grandkids too. I want to. You send shout outs, right?
Yeah,
I want to send a shout out or two. That's Hayden. She's 11 now. She's a little older than that.
The older one there in the picture?
Yeah.
Or the one up here?
That's Hayden, the older one in
Yeah.
both those pictures. And then there's sweet Olivia, and then little James Marco. He's about 1.5, and they're all sick right now. So I want to send them a shout out.
Said that they were a little bit sick.
Yeah. Light of my life right there.
All right.
All right, Sheriff. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks, backseaters.
Thanks for everything. We're going to walk down the hall here. We got Chy Nou Lee, and we're going to do later on today or tomorrow, we're going to do a special on Chy Nou because this kid is special to me. Hold that microphone. Chy Nou is the head of our courts division. Go ahead, sit in your chair there and tell us your responsibilities there, Chy Nou.
Hi everybody. I just about a year ago I was had the fortunate opportunity to take on the undersheriff role, overseeing all courts and security. I was an inspector prior to that, working with our youth services. So we work directly with youth in our community. Long story short, a long time ago I started as one of the youth program.
Why don't you go back further and say you were a student in the sheriff's youth program back when you were 8 years old? One of our first Cub Scouts.
Yep. I started as I was a Cub Scout, and my Cub Scout master was Sheriff Bob FLETCHER, and he actually gave me my first uniform. Then, if you want to talk about swearing in, and so fast forwarded to now, I've always born and raised in Ramsey County. I'm first generation of Hmong immigrants here, so I'm paving the grounds for all the Hmong people in my community as I move forward with this career, which is one of the most rewarding part of my jobs. And so I oversee 80-something deputies in all 5 of our courthouses, work alongside 33 of the Ramsey County judges as undersheriff, and continue to work in the youth program.
And your father was a veteran in the Lao Veterans Association.
That's
and
correct.
your sister and mom, pa, and your mom have, been sort of world renowned with their gardening and vegetables.
Yes, I think we did a piece on that. My mom won multiple awards for her organic garden work. She does a lot of work with trying to merge the whole immigrant farmings with just farming here, because where she farmed and grew up is totally different weather from Minnesota weather, obviously. So yeah, she's done a lot of work and continuing to do a lot of very successful work with that. She's been featured in some of our local media. And my sister, she's kind of the background on that. She runs multiple businesses and whatnot too. So they are paving the ground in that aspect as well too.
Later on this week, maybe not today, but sometime this week, we're going to sit down and have a longer conversation with Chy Nou in my office on everything he's doing with youth.
Absolutely.
And sort of how your background sort of dovetails into that. But first, we gotta talk about your lovely family up here in the picture here. So,
yep.
So who we got?
We got my oldest one. She runs the house. She's the boss at 13-year-old Ella Lee, and then my Rowan and Riley, my 2 middle son, and my youngest Xander. He's 2 in that picture, but now he's 4, starting pre-K.
There's a lovely wife over there.
They are my reason for all my work.
Your success, reason for your success.
That's true.
And here's a picture where Chy Nou was integrally involved when the Hmong woman took the life of her children out at Vadnais Lake.
That's correct. Those are one of the more memorable cases, is where the Hmong lady and domestic violence, that's also issues. I mean, amongst all the fun and things we do in the communities, there are still these aspects to it in the community that we still got to work out. Domestic violence is a big issue we're hammering away at still with community groups. So.
Well, thank you very much, Chy Nou. We'll do a longer thing later, and if Daryl gets back before we're done here, Daryl Gillette, one of his inspectors, is right across the office. We'll grab him. Here's our gang expert, Mike Martin.
Boss.
You can sit at the chair there. That's
all right.
Yeah, here's Mike Martin, runs our Apprehension Bureau, and which their job is to go out and apprehend bad guys. So Mike isn't always in uniform because he has to go a little undercover now and then. So tell us about yourself, Mikey.
Well, I was moved here from California. I grew up in San Diego, actually with a small stint in Salt Lake City on the way, and then came here when I was in high school, and I was a Minneapolis cop for 25 years and retired for a while, but I was still working at the University of Minnesota doing emergency management, and the sheriff asked me to come over here and help run the Apprehensions Bureau. And
well, we got a great team up here, but one of the key pieces that Mike fits is he's got the most experience dealing with gangs and violent crime, and he can coordinate our violent crime group, our apprehension unit, our CAT team, our intel, and our gun unit. So, it's great to have credibility like Mighty Mike has.
Well, thanks. I was actually just reading a case that one of our gun unit officers did on a potential straw purchase where a lady was trying to buy a gun for her husband who's prohibited from buying and has a long violent history. So that's some of the work that we do here, is those type of investigations.
Yeah. Well, thank you for everything. You're a very valuable part of this team, Mikey. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. All right, let's go across the hall here. This is Dino Guerin's office. He's our emergency preparedness person. There's Dino. Come on out here, Dino. That's Dino's office there, but he's going to show you a little piece of equipment that we got here. Hold this while you're talking, or put it over there. Come on in here in the conference room.
Very good.
This is our conference room. You don't have to put it too close.
Okay.
It's got great pickup. But so these were donated by. Go ahead and tell us the story of how this piece of equipment works.
Well,
this is a fascinating thing, folks. Trust me.
It really is, and it works very well. It's a fire protection tool that is used by any first responders, whether it's firemen, police, Anyone that comes across a fire, it'll do two things. I mean, one, it'll knock down the fire drastically so the occupants can get out. And then also it allows the fire department more time to make entrance to save people. It can change the temperature in the room from 1,200 degrees in 60 seconds.
So tell me how does it work? You throw it in, right?
Well, you got to pull the pin first.
It's like a grenade.
Like a grenade. You have 8 seconds. You
Yeah.
either place it inside where the fire is or throw it through a window.
Okay.
And then it goes off for 60 seconds. All these ports that you see here,
Yep. Distribute.
it's like an
retardant.
aerosol fire retardant, and
Yep.
it goes for 60 seconds, and it pushes the hot heat and smoke out, and it fills the room up with this aerosol. It'll drop the temperature. So they last 15 years as a shelf life.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can have them in your car, you could have them, in your hunting shack or wherever. You could use them on a boat, you can use them in a cabin, you can use them in a home or an office. And the whole idea is to knock the fire down so people can get out or the fire department can make entrance.
All right, that's a pretty cool thing.
it is
and
cool.
You said Washington County had some success with them already?
Yeah, they did. They used it about a month ago in Cottage Grove, just off of 61 and 70th. They had a dwelling fire. The police officers were first on scene, which is not unusual because they're out on patrol where the firefighters are typically in the
Yep,
station.
Yep.
So one of the police officers from Cottage Grove had this device, and he threw it through the window, and it knocked the fire down drastically so the people could escape.
Yeah.
So
Great. It's
we're
really
going to
cool.
get more of them.
Dino you wrote along with me before, and we're going to do that again. People said they liked it, enjoyed it. We can talk more about emergency preparedness as we go forward on Live on Patrol. But appreciate you.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
All right,
Thanks for the opportunity to plug this nice device.
It's awesome. Thank you. And you want to mention who donated them?
Yeah.
You better give them a little credit, right?
Well, and we did.
You had a little press conference, but let's tell them again.
Yeah, I got to get the name correct here.
All right, well, find it out and catch up with me. We'll do that. So that's Dino's office. This is Phil Baebenroth. He's an undersheriff. He's having some surgery on his shoulder today. Unfortunately, he's a workout maniac. But we wish him well. I hope Daryl Golette is the inspector in charge of our youth programs, and he's at a meeting right now, but we'll try to get him over. Steve Lydon, he's the director of policy and planning regarding our CAT unit and our intel. And then we'll walk back to my office. We got a little workout area back here, by the way. A little workout area for the sheriff to keep in a little bit of shape. A cheap universal gym here. We put this in during COVID, so we don't have to have much contact. And a little refrigerator, a little break room back here. Some LOP artifacts. And I do want to say thank you to Steve. Let me know if we're still transmitting okay there. I want to say thank you to everybody that has sent us some stuff. In addition to the Twinkies, of course. And we got some stuff on the wall to commemorate, Live on Patrol starting. Our first, yes, sir.
Masonic Lodge number 5 on St. Paul on Plato Avenue donated those 3.
Masonic Lodge number 5 on Plato. Thank you so much, you guys. Appreciate it. And here's a little CAT team memorial here. 3 of our CAT team members had children at the same time. Can you believe that? I don't know. I guess that's teamwork. Teamwork. And I'm not going to spend too much time kind of, telling you what's on the shelves here, but each thing has a important memory for me for, I don't know, what is it, 47 years of police work. There's a Chy Nou Lee shirt. And, of course, my Boy Scout history, a little football background up there at Hamlin University. And there's when I was campaigning with little Bob on my shoulders. It's a lot of fun stuff. We'll do an open house here and have you backseaters down here sometime. Of course, the Winter Carnival is near and dear and close to my heart as well. But we're going to wrap it up today, but this is the beginning of more office. We're just going to only do this on Facebook, by the way, not YouTube. and you can get to know members of the sheriff's office. We will, of course, there's a photo of my lovely wife, Chris, and we're going to do some little half-hour talks here in the sheriff's office. So thanks for joining us. If you haven't, please share this with others, because most people don't expect a daytime broadcast like that. But we will, let me see if those guys have come back. Oh, Ashlee, I missed you. Oh, she was hiding. Oh my good, go on down there. I'll come in your office. Sorry, folks, I walked right by Ashlee's office. She's hiding in there. I am. Ashlee Bryant's in charge of our jail.
Hi, backseaters.
Hang on, I got to give you a microphone. There you go. Throw that on somewhere.
Thank you.
Hardest job in here, running a jail, right?
It is.
Biggest
it is.
responsibility.
It is. It's a challenge, but we got it. We got it.
So tell us a little bit about your background and
Sure.
you worked here. I hired you years ago.
You did. You did. Born and raised in the Twin Cities, and then you hired me as a correctional officer. And then I went back to school and became a deputy. So full circle, now I'm in charge of the detention division. So.
Yeah. So you're hiring as fast as you can.
As fast as we can.
Tough job.
Absolutely.
People should apply if they are interested.
100%.
New class starting next week. Maybe you got 10 people.
Yep.
But you probably could use another 10.
Absolutely.
So they should reach out, look at the county website. Is that going to open again soon, or how's that work?
I would say in a couple weeks it'll
Couple
open.
weeks, that'll be opening. We would love to have new hires in the jail. It's a great path to law enforcement in the future. And the other thing about Ashlee is, well, I'm not gonna mention your little, side stuff, but talk about your kids.
I have two kiddos, 8 and 7. So yeah,
Keep you busy.
they do keep me busy.
Keep you busy.
Yes, yes.
All right, well that's it then. You guys, backseaters, we will see you soon. And at some point here, we'll have another open house down there where you can come down and visit yourself. But we're gonna do a little special Chy Nou Lee one, and then per your request, we're gonna work out to Canine, Water Patrol. We will do something in the jail, very, very similar. And this morning we were at the inauguration swearing in of the new county commissioners. Congratulations to those two. There's a third one that'll probably be inaugurated here in another month. But we have a good partnership now developing with our county board. Very happy about that. So I'm going to sign off. Thanks so much for joining us.